China has launched what expert calls the Manhattan Project for AI chips, a secretive, state-orchestrated project to challenge America's dominance. It is a hidden lab in Shenzhen, China, a calculated response to US export bans backed by trillions in funding, where employees are instructed to use fake names, fake IDs, and for some, they have issued dual passport in the country which prohibits dual citizenship. For what? To build China's own AI infrastructure, its own semiconductor chip manufacturing facility. This is what Jensen, NVIDIA's CEO, has to say about China.
The audience knows 9 in the morning to 9 at night, 6 days a week. That is their culture. We're up against a formidable, innovative, hungry, fast-moving, under-regulated. They are very lightly regulated.
But China has been blocked from accessing the most advanced chip-making technology by export controls, especially those from the US and its allies like Dutch, Japan, and South Korea. These controls were designed to keep China at least one generation behind in manufacturing the world's most powerful AI chips.
Now the question is, how far do you push that? Do we keep them behind 5, 10, 15 years, not for me to decide? Or do we frustrate them to the point where they have no choice but to stop depending on Western technology?
Chips like GPUs are the foundation of the AI revolution. Chips originally designed for gaming have transformed into parallel supercomputers that drive today's AI systems. The chip that powers ChatGPT, self-driving cars, and even weapons. Advanced chips are defined by how small their features are. It is measured in nanometers, and it determines how many transistors can be packed onto a chip, like 7 nanometer, 5 nanometer, 3 nanometer, and now companies are trying for 2 nanometer. It allows how fast they can switch and how much energy they consume. The smaller the circuit, the more powerful the chip is. And to build this, older lithography techniques like DUV, deep ultraviolet lithography, which uses longer wavelength light, can no longer reliably pattern the finest feature. But with DUV, Chinese manufacturers like SMIC have managed to produce 7 nanometer and even made 5 nanometer class chip, but it is far less efficient than EUV. It results in more defective chips, higher costs, and slower production speed. Whereas EUV, which beams of extreme ultraviolet light to curve circuits thousands of times thinner than a human hair onto a silicon wafer, currently a capability monopolized by the ASML of Netherlands. EUV lithography is exceptionally difficult to implement. It uses 13.5 nanometer light, and light at 13.5 nanometer cannot pass through lenses and instead be reflected by multi-layer mirrors manufactured and aligned to near atomic precision. The machines fire lasers at molten tin 50,000 times per second, generating plasma at 2 lakh degrees Celsius. It takes months to produce such mirror and manufactured by few companies like German's Carl Zeiss AG. The entire system operates in high vacuum and demands extraordinary control of vibration, temperature, contamination, and timing. Until now, only one company has mastered EUV technology, ASML headquartered in Netherlands. Its machine cost around $250 million, and companies like NVIDIA and AMD who design the advanced GPU or graphics card for AI training and inference depends entirely on ASML's EUV machine, operated by chip makers like TSMC, Intel, and Samsung. ASML's EUV systems are currently available in countries like Taiwan, South Korea, and Japan. Back in 2001, when ASML first built the prototype of EUV technology, and it took nearly 2 decades and burned billions of euros in R&D before it produced its first commercially available chip in 2019. China originally thought it would get EUV systems through the commercial channels that had supplied previous generation of chip-making equipment. But soon, US realized advanced chips can be used in military systems and can redraw balance of economic power. So under the Biden administration, United States and key allies including the Netherlands, South Korea, and Japan blocked China from obtaining the most advanced chips and the tools required to make them. The intent was clear: to slow China's progress at the leading edge of semiconductor. In April, ASML CEO Christopher Fouquet said that China would need, quote, many years to develop such technology, and without EUV, the most advanced chip would remain practically impossible to manufacture. China either need to buy it from the West or get it from black market with double or triple the price. This made China to build its own EUV inside the high security facility in Shenzhen. Chinese electronic giants Huawei plays a key role coordinating with different set of companies and state research institute across the country, involving thousands of engineers, researchers, and PhD holders. They have aggressively recruited ex-ASML talent. Lin Nan, ASML's former head of light source technology, whose team at the Chinese Academy of Sciences Shanghai Institute of Optics have filed 8 patents on EUV light source in 18 months, according to patent filings. Their recruitment was part of an aggressive drive China launched in 2019 for semiconductor experts working abroad, offering signing bonus that started at 3 million to 5 million won, roughly $4,20,000 to $7 lakh. ASML's most advanced UV systems are roughly the size of a school bus and weigh 180 tons. But the prototype inside the Shenzhen lab is much bigger. The Chinese prototype is unfinished in early prototype compared to ASML's machine, but operational enough for testing. Beijing is targeting 2028 for working chips, but experts say it may be 2030. This puts a huge question to what ASML CEOs has to say that China is far away from making EUV. China's prototype lags behind ASML's machine largely because of researchers have struggled to obtain optical systems like those from German's Carl Zeiss AG. So it's now not about technical feasibility, it's about time. To get the required parts, China is retrieving components from older ASML machines and sourcing parts from ASML suppliers through second-hand or black markets. While the EUB project is run by Chinese government, Huawei is involved in every step of the supply chain, from chip design and fabrication equipment to manufacturing and final integration into products like smartphones. Employees who are assigned to the semiconductor team often sleep on site and are barred from returning home during the work week. Also, employees working on sensitive tasks are restricted to access phone. But China faces different risks. China still lacks access to the highest quality optics and manufacturing ecosystem. China, however, has a higher probability of building a full domestic high-performance chip manufacturing system over time, because it is closing its hardest gaps. The outcome will be decided over decades. This is not a cold war of tanks, it's a cold war of transistors. That's all for today's video. See you again in the next video.